Hello, folks. Well. Now we're gonna talk about something interesting and very important. What it is? This is regarding of whatever faces it is. The word is prostitution. Well, what is prostitution? It is an individual that sells their body for sex. Sex for money, right? That's prostitution. A prostitute, mostly female. Well, you have plenty of names for prostitutes. There's other besides prostitute. Prostitutes are called by different names. The names for prostitutes are whores, harlots, hookers, hoes, bitch. Well, excuse me, that bitch. Oh, the word bitch also refers to a vulgar slang word for mistress. Well, but this is what we talking about is prostitution. Prostitution, you know what it is. You know the words whore, harlot, harlot, hooker, hoe, and bitch, right? So that's what it is. And there's also male prostitutes, right? A male prostitute is called a gigolo, a hebitch, right? That's a male prostitute. So what it is, looking through the history of prostitution, they say this is the oldest profession they have ever had. Yes, it's true. Prostitution has been there for a long time. So prostitution, I might say, if you people are knowing it, what would these girls want for a gigolo? They just pay for hanky panky. They just want to get a little hanky panky in there. Gigolo. Call it gigolo. Hanky panky for the girls. But most of the clients of prostitution are us guys. Sadly, males. Fellow folks and my boys right there, men and everyone else, women, that the money of millions of dollars has spent in prostitution. You go to Las Vegas. Vegas is where prostitution is legal. Thailand and some other country where you have legalized prostitution. Well, let me go through the history of that and prostitution in every sector of the world. The Greeks had prostitution before. Well, let me tell you something. Even if some of you say, "Oh, Italians does not all Italians do prostitute?" Oh yeah, prostitution has been in Italy since the Roman Empire. So believe me, the Roman Empire were the inventors of the comfort women system. Sure, would the Roman Empire blame on the Greeks or on the other women from them Slavic area, or during that time that they were stealing money from the Roman Empire for these women? All they do is pretend to be sexual slave. All they want to do is get their money for hanky panky for money to pay the Roman soldiers. Well, this is not what I'm saying. Well, that's it. You know what? Nobody's perfect. That's it. This is where I'm going to the store before that invention where the Roman Empire has been done to do that. Even though prostitution has been there in the Middle Ages, it has been there in the Middle East and with the Sunni. I think in some Muslim countries and stuff, even in parts of during that time, even biblical stories in Israel. You have Mary Magdalene was a hooker, right? But as long as I'm saying that these women are prostitutes, all of you think that your own culture doesn't have this kind of thing or attitude. Guess what? Sure, you have your own women that break out the moral values and break the moral rules and edit and moral code. Yeah, they go. Yes, what are they gonna do? They're just gonna sell themselves. They're gonna, here we go, offer them hanky panky to get money, hanky panky for money, right? So, if prostitution has been legal and then it has been illegalized in certain countries, so why does a history of prostitutes has been blaming, oh yeah, these guys, yeah, these people are prostitutes, or these people are prostitutes, or whatever. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go again, right? Boom. So, as long as what they have had cases, there were cases of women passing out. Like they passing out as like they're sex slaves, but then they just want to rob money from the government just to have earn more money. All they do is they have hanky panky for money, right? Yeah, hanky panky for money. And there's no problem. So what is this as you want to blame for? One thing is prostitution, one thing is sexual slavery. Sure. It has been such a long time that prostitution has been illegalized, right? Yeah, right here in the U.S., the only legal place where prostitution is practiced is in Nevada, right? But you don't get confused prostitution with women that entertain men, or women that have become ladylike to the gentleman, right? Cultures has existed, but also China has prostitution since their own era of the kingdom. I mean, the Mongol and Chinese Empire had their own prostitution that could include Korea also, part of that of the Chinese and Mongol Empire. And then that was saying that, well, this, because the difference is because you people want to blame others. All right, you Japanese folks. Look, I'm not telling you that you guys, yeah, you have a great nation, you have people with great morality and all that stuff, but hey, look, listen, but there are things that offer about these women that are only served to entertain men. That I've heard of something from James Bond, ladies are kind with gentlemen, all right. That since that in Japan, men is first, women second, or something like something about how ladylike are women over there, right? What it is with geishas, right? There are women that entertain men. They're like hostess. They go entertain, do music, poetry, and everything. It's like that. There is no hanky panky there. No way. These women are dressed up in makeup, in kimonos. Pretty white faces and stuff. The beauty of that is that they're doing courtesy. These women are there. They pay to entertain men. More polite. Instead of what we have, with strippers or anything like that. No, these women are more ladylike to men. How a lady be ladylike to a gentleman, serving a tea, having conversations with this. People feel comfort to talk to men, have comfort to talk to a woman. It's like they talk something, they do poetry and everything. So it's like, this is wonderful. These girls know how to do it, know how to say their poetry, know how to dance, know how to dance, know how to say some, writes poems, calligraphy, sings songs and stuff. They are there. These women are there for entertainment. They are just there to entertain people, entertain the men, and host the men. These women want to be as ladylike to a gentleman in a Japanese way. That is their job of a geisha. But I have to tell you something. this is what it is, that where these women get caught. Yeah, Japanese people, look at this. These women get caught. Just remember the Orient. What did these women do? They get caught and they get kicked out of the geisha houses. Well, one thing that they do whenever they get caught is when they offer them, these guys, a little bit of hanky-panky there, right? And this is where they have formed, they get kicked out, even though they have formed their own thing with the Orient is like what it is. It's just, they just do the same thing. These would have development of brothels, whorehouses. Well, what it is, a whorehouse or a brothel is a place where men go and pay for sexual services for a prostitute, right? So what they do is that they do the same thing at the geishas, but they offer hanky-panky there, right? You know, for money, hanky-panky. These are like outsider women. They got kicked out of the geisha houses, and they just serve men for sex because they want to, you know, break their moral codes, break their morality culture. You know, is doing something very immoral. They get kicked out and made their own places to have, and you know, there's like just the outsider women, like, you know, women that are outside. They got kicked from those places because they did something that you weren't supposed to do. All the entertainment, except for the hanky-panky. The Orient is, they do that, do the same thing what geisha does, to include hanky-panky there, right? But then one thing is gaysing, right? Something you could remember about gaysing, right? Gaysing are these same thing. They say they're similar to geishas, but you know, they're similar to Orient, right? Most likely Orient. Why? Because these gaysing are like Korean entertainers, right? They just entertain, do poetry, you know, they sing to these gentlemen, and then there's something extra over the top, a little extra over the top topping in there, because let me tell you about this. If they have same dual morals in Korean society or something like that, not all Koreans are bad, but these women are like, they do all this entertainment, write poetry and everything, and plus the only little top on the cherry is the hanky-panky part there. Yeah, the hanky-panky part, right? You know, that it is offer sexual services, you know, everything else, including the hanky-panky there, right? That's what it is in what I got it from Wikipedia, or this is true, right? And why the heck do you want to compare? Do you like the geishas do? No, geishas don't do hanky-panky. Only gaysings are from Korea could add a hanky-panky in the top of the cherry, and you know, the cherry in the top of the cake, boom, that's the hanky-panky part, right? But after all, I'm saying, if you wanna know about this, how the heck would somebody, like, let's go to our own Western cultures. The Vegas girls, you know, they dancing, or the Rockefeller girls, they gonna offer guys hanky-panky on the side? If they do that, they get kicked out. What would they have to do? Alright, they have to go to somewhere outside of Vegas, you know, go work for a brothel or a whorehouse, right? You know, do what I have to do, hanky-panky, right? You know, and same thing with these exotic dancers too, right? What are the can girls? In the French culture, how would a can girl could go in there and offer hanky-panky, right, to a guy? Well, you know what they do? That can girl gets kicked out. You know what they have to do? She have to go there on the streets or something. You have these women called escort services. You have gigolos too that do escort services. Women do escort services. What they do? You call in. You know, you go there at a motel, love hotel, what is called the motels in Japan. And then what they do there, you know, go there for the hanky-panky there, you know. That's what they do. It's what they offer. The escort services, and they're call girls. You call them, and then they come to you in the privacy of your own home, or meet up at a hotel and do the hanky panky, right? So also, what also happened is that prostitution is just going low morals. You know, women in every culture, a woman supposed to be dedicated to the husband, love her husband, and honor him. You know, provide kids. You know, be an honest wife. There is even secrets in lovemaking in India called the Kama Sutra. Japan may have their own way of lovemaking techniques too. But, you know, talking about that's just for the husband or something like that, you know. But talking about in the prostitution part, yeah, well, where does these things about, you know, sexual slavery and all that stuff, right? Okay, then there's this part of what would it be? You know, these horny men, starting with the Roman Empire, even took their own Roman women and be slaves. Then they took Greeks or other women from that area. They become their own slaves to serve the Roman soldiers. Japan has copied the same systematic system as Rome during World War II, and they first started with their own women, then with the Chinese and Koreans, but the Chinese and Koreans and others have speak out. But now that they offer them this, it's like, what did these women do? It's like, I've heard of them. These women ain't there to blame that they get raped. No, they're there for the money. They have done hanky panky for the soldiers during World War II. Well, these women are happy, all right, because they got money for hanky panky, right? What is wrong? All right, what is wrong with this? There were cases, probably in Germany during World War II. If there is cases like that during Germany, when these women served for the Nazi soldiers, were like, you know, you're passing out there, you know, getting money from there, you know, just for the soldiers, because they did the hanky panky and they got paid because they just want to serve the Nazi soldiers. Well, the same thing he's talking about the Korean women. This Rolf, this Australian woman, lied about this. She lied about this, but she did the hanky panky for money to pay for the Japanese soldiers. No, the same thing you're talking about. The same thing you're talking about Korean women during World War II. Yeah, these girls pass out to be sex slaves, right? Well, these girls steal from the Japanese government, and they got money because they have their private pimp and everything. They got their money just for Japanese soldiers to pay them for the hanky panky, right? And that's how you have to blame that. Oh yeah, these women get paid by the Japanese government. They have all the goodies, yeah, and because the pimp get paid. And then they want to do hanky panky for the soldiers, hanky panky on the Japanese soldiers, and they got money. No, that is pure BS sometimes. But I'm sorry about. That's just my opinion of saying, well, if this have happened, they might have whatever the rare case may be of women like that, not just Korean, could be Chinese or even your own. Or Japanese, even your own women, offer them, you know, doing some pimp right there, you know, regardless of what it is, they get paid for hanky panky for money. They get more money for hanky panky from these soldiers that they did. You know, that's it. Look, regardless of what they are, whatever, you know, wherever it is now, these days you have Thailand. The Netherlands and Thailand. What do they do there? Oh, of course. Where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? Or Las Vegas, Nevada? But you know, you're talking about Thailand, right? Where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? Vacation? Are they gonna go know the cultures of Thailand? or you go to Amsterdam. No. All they're gonna do is go there. All they want to do is just go hanky panky. No, going to Thailand for cheap hanky panky. What's that? Hanky panky tours? And this is what we call sex tourism, you know. Oh yeah, let's go to Thailand. Yeah, what are they going to Thailand for? Yeah, they're just going for hanky panky, right? And that is wrong, you know. What the hell are you gonna do with like hanky panky for money? There's also the yakuza get women, you know, that just slave them for hanky panky. Well, what happened with these women where in Japan and Korea where they legalize hanky panky? What would these women do? Go to Vegas? Yes, they go to Vegas for what? To work at a brothel? To do what they do, you know, prostitution, hanky panky for money, right? So what it is, not all women are prostitutes. Yeah, women have to have in their culture their moral code, and there is moral code of celibacy. Celibacy is not to have sex until you get married, even to a woman, and especially in the Orient culture, you know, the Chinese, Japanese, and Korean culture, it says that a woman has to face pure restrictions of not to have sex until get married. You know, celibacy. Stay celibate. You know, don't break the moral codes. You know, don't have immorality. But women that want to break the rules, you know, like the geishas getting kicked out of the geisha houses and they wanted to do their own thing in Japan. You know, women that, you know, they break their own moral codes. They just want to go sell their bodies. You know, they want to you know, break their morality, their moral codes, their code of conduct of morality of their own culture, regardless of their own culture. Women that break the moral codes of their own culture, doing immorality, women like that, regardless of nationality, any woman could do the hanky panky for money. Yes, regardless of this, whatever you could do, please, if you want to do the videos, yes, I might see some. There is no more video responses button right there, but I'm gonna tell you right there, stop saying that. Okay, don't point the finger at you, you're pointing the finger at yourself, right? Japanese people, you know, you stop saying that all Korean women are out for hanky panky for money, right? Or whatever, because after all, the Orient did some hanky panky for money and they got kicked out. They sing, you know, they entertain men and they are low society and they just done hanky panky for money. You know, he just add some little hanky panky, right? So what it is about prostitution, not all women are prostitutes, but let me tell you what, any woman with low morals could, if they wanted to do so, go to very low morals, regardless of nationality, any woman could do the hanky panky for money. Goodbye and have a nice day.